Hello, Empower Nation. This is Empower Her Money podcast. I am your host, Angela Duncan, financial coach. I am super excited to bring some new information to our audience today. I have learned a lot already from this wonderful, amazing young lady, Lindsay Lights. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really happy to be here and for this chance.
Yeah, so we're going to twist up our episode a little bit today. And Lindsay, you've got the lights behind you. When I met you, I saw the lights were attached to you. You know, it's great marketing that you're doing so that people ask you, what exactly do you do? And kind of talk about your journey and how you got to what you're doing now.
Okay, I'd love to. Thank you. So what I am doing is bringing lights with me, having lights everywhere on the mission to put more light into the world, the mission to shine a light and lights so bright that when people see them, it grabs their attention exactly like you said. And that's what they're thinking about for a minute. They're thinking about the lights. And in that moment, hopefully they can kind of be released from whatever might be dogging them down. And they can just think of something positive and feel that light within that we all have. It's different to all of us, but it's in all of us. And so we want the lights to just give people a moment to get back in touch with that, with themselves inside.
Awesome. So you put on lights for different like residential properties. Kind of talk a little bit about, you know, the services that you provide for your clients.
Yeah, we give an all-inclusive Christmas light service. We also do other holidays, fundraisers, toy drives, events, permanent lighting, however we can light it up. But what we do is we help the client and we make it all inclusive. We like to say all you have to do is sign and shine. So we design the display. We provide the lights. All of our lights are commercial grade. They can be custom cut, so there's no cord balls hanging off anywhere. So we design them, we provide the products, including the extension cords. We install the lights. We have taken some certifications and we know how to be safe on the ladder. We're certified to use lifts and things that go way up in the sky. So we install them and we take them down at the end and we maintain them. We also include maintenance because we want the display to be so amazing and perfect, it almost looks magical. So if a big windstorm or ice or even a critter came and messed with the lights, we'd be back out there to get them looking perfect right again.
Awesome. So as most entrepreneurs and business owners start on their journey like you are doing now, you have goals that are in front of you and things that you want to accomplish. So talk about what are your money goals right now that you're striving to achieve?
Yes. So I have a vision in my mind to light up the entire universe. And also part of that vision is me serving the trees. So what I would like to have and what we're striving for is to own forest land that we can sustainably manage for the earth, for products, and for personal income, and also have a light theme park there. So how I'm trying to get to that step is by having a monthly income target that covers all of my expenses and is high enough to give me some extra money to start putting into a savings and build up cash. So putting a little bit of numbers to these things, my monthly income target right now is $10,000. I'm sitting about $2,000 a month. I think my highest month of 2023 was around $2,700 a month. So it's a push for me. It's a next level for me. And I'm trying to hit $10,000 a month. And eventually we will work to save $300,000 to $500,000 in cash to buy about a $1 to $1.5 million forest, have an asset that we can produce income off of and really achieve our dreams.
That's awesome. And something that people can come and visit and see, you know, your light displays and the creativity behind all of that. So that's awesome too. And I had a chance to talk to you a little bit before we started recording the podcast. So some of the recommendations that I had given to you is to target commercial clients. I had given the example when I lived in Tampa, the Chick-fil-A just went all out during Christmas. You know, people would bring their families there, they'd tag them in social media. the TV stations picked up the light display, and then the newspaper did too. So thinking about some larger commercial clients that are in your area that perhaps could use some just some recognition from the community, being part of the community, giving back to the community, and having a place where they can bring their kids and kind of take photos outside. But as you talked about too, lights are not just for Christmas. We can utilize the colors and change them throughout the seasons for 4th of July or for Valentine's Day, maybe do a color display for Easter, whatever holidays, maybe there's some local events that you can change the colors to as well. And you've already said that you're pretty present on Facebook. So making sure that you're incorporating the reels and the videos so that you can, let your future clients know what exactly do you do? How do you do it? How do you take care of the property? What kind of steps you're making sure that the property is protected when you're putting up the lights. And so not only is it an amazing looking display, but also you're taking care of the property, both putting up the lights or taking them down too. So that's some good advertising for you and to promote the other businesses too, so that they understand it's a win for them. It's just not just lights. It's how can we put more eyes on your business and get you more advertising in a way that someone else is not? How do we stand out? So I thought those were some good ideas and takeaways for you to kind of implement. And like we would love to have a follow-up podcast to see, what you've implemented and had success with as well. And kind of I'll be watching your Facebook, of course, as well, so I can see it too. So talk about a little bit more. You were telling me a little bit about, the forestry and the products and how we can be more diligent in what we're purchasing. Talk a little bit about that, how you're educating me on that.
I would love to. And thank you so much for those tips. I added even more notes, and I'm definitely going to be looking back to this and implement exactly what you're saying, some of these exact topics for reels. And I'm excited, like you, to see the kind of comparison of how they work out. This is great. So forestry. Forestry is managing the forest. A forest is a place full of trees. Some forests have less trees, some forests have more. And forests also go through different things called disturbances. This is something like fire, it could be insect, it could be wind throw, and these disturbances could be on small scale or large scale. And so what forestry does is it mimics these natural disturbances in order to manage our forest so that it stays here. The trees give us oxygen, they help cycle our water, they give home to wildlife, and there's also an intrinsic value to them. So we want to make sure that we get to keep our forests, and the government helps us with that. So what I was about to share is about how at home, without being a forester, you can contribute to this mission of keeping our trees. And one way is to purchase from people who are caring about what they're doing in the forest. We call this sustainability, and that is when you can take the forest, get products out of it for now, but also have mind to the future. So there's little symbols on paper products, such as notebooks, such as paper towel, toilet paper, even your wood products like plywood and 2x4s. What is everywhere, guys? So there's this little symbol that I like to support, and I'm going to
Yes.
get it really close. And it's
Yep, I can see it.
Thanks for that. It's SFI, Sustainable Forestry Initiative. There's also FSC, and these just come on the products, and it just shows you right away, hey, this product, this paper came from a forest where they didn't just cut it down and sell the land and leave it. They took trees out of it, and they made sure that there's going to be trees for the future. That can be in a lot of different ways, and that gets kind of technical. But I have been to these meetings. I've been a part of setting the standards for these, and I know that they're using the best practices in caring for the woods. So you can look for those on side of the packaging. Maybe even your next coffee cup you go get at the hair salon. Once I was telling my hairdresser about this. I was like, look on the back of your coffee cup, and it was right there, and she was mind blown. So it's everywhere, and it might be on some of the products you're already using.
It's good stuff to know, because if you're in the store and you're kind of comparing two products and they might be the same price, same quality, and you see one with that and then one that is not, education is key. So now that we understand what it is and kind of how they're doing the sustainability behind it, and for us to be responsible, right? So that's awesome. I appreciate you sharing that. So I have a fun question for you. If you could pick a superpower or have a super strength, what would that be and why would you pick that?
This is such a great question. I'm going to try not to put too much pressure on myself here, but when I close my eyes and imagine what I'd want to be able to do, I would love to be able to have the mindfulness and power to help plants grow, to be able to just grow plants out of the ground, and maybe like for a wedding display, I was setting up like an archway with twinkly lights to be able to grow a vine to be right around there and just put it all together. That would be it.
That would be awesome and very creative too. I think that's the first time I've heard anybody say that. So thank you very much for that. So Lindsay, I love what you're doing. I support your mission 100%. If anyone in our audience or anyone watching this podcast wants to reach out to you, what is your Facebook page or website? How do they reach you?
Well, to reach me directly, I'll just tell you my phone number. So if you really are part of this and you already know in your heart you do support the mission for more light in the world and taking care of the trees, go ahead and call me or text me, 810-877-4840. On Facebook, you can look up Light Up Your Life 813. I'm going to spell it LIGHTUPYOURLIFE 813. And so that's our social media on both Instagram, Facebook, and that's our hashtag too. Thank you for that opportunity.
Awesome. Awesome. It was great having you today. Another episode of Empower Her Money. I'm your host, Angela Duncan, bringing you all things business, finance, money, missions, and supporting female business owners. Again, Lindsay, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you too.